Hi there! In this video, I'll show you what I found at the thrift store. I bought these two thinking I was getting a sewing book. Then I realized these are not regular books, they're actually newsletter. And when I flipped through the inside of the material, it's not in book format either. It's just random stuff of sewing related topics. This is the author, Jane Shaner. And so she is the 1970s version of an influencer, and I'll show a little bit of what's inside here. So 1974 to 1975, volume 1 index is her monthly sewing newsletter. So she has this publication 12 times a year. What's so interesting about this is she existed in the era where influencing was not a trend back then. So inside is just randomly formatted topics of sewing related stuff. She jumps from one topic to another, and she's speaking from an I first person pronoun, meaning I did this, I think, I want to, that kind of verbiage, which means that she wrote it. I think she also typed it with a typewriter. I can't verify. Okay, so this is her face. Okay, her name Jane Shaner. You can Google her up. She is also the writer. She's also the graphic artist, because if you want to get it done right, you better do it yourself. And she has some illustrations here. I think she did it because who else would do it? See? So she's the graphic designer also. And if you want to subscribe to her newsletter for $4.25 a year, you can send her the money in this form. So she's also the Apple Pay, the Venmo, the PayPal, and call it what you want. She's also the payment processing department. And she sews. And she talks about a lot of many different sewing related products and trends and styles and tips. This happens to be May 1974 to April of 1975. Huh? I'm confused about the dates though. Why is it May 1974 to April 1975, but it says monthly sewing newsletter? I'm confused. Anyway, I mean, I admire her so much. If she were alive this day, she would be on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. She'd be teaching classes. She'd be all over magazines talking about sewing. And what's so great about her is when I was reading some of her work, she was so happy and enthusiastic about the topics that she's talking about. One of the topic tips that I got from her was one of her books, the steamers, first came out in the 1970s, and she was procrastinating which one to buy. Excuse me, that's her duck. Which one was the best steamer at that time? But we all know that almost all of the steamers back in the early days were the prototype, so they're kind of crappy. And her passion for sewing was so unstoppable, someone called the fire truck, because she's unstoppable. See, she writes, she blogs, she composes, she probably type it all, she draw, she collects the payment, and she sews, and she does tailoring, she does quilting, and she gives tips on notions, supplies, tools, sewing machines, you name it. And she's also a fashion trend advisor. So she's all of the above. Oh my goodness. And she goes to very random topics in this publication. Idea for pant creases, the circle cape, replace elastic within a half slip, handling the fashion color of the moment, turn a scarf into a hat. So there you go. She is just everywhere. Try the double patch pocket with a slit. what type of linen to use, when. Here's this version of her where she's also the fashion influencer. For a ladylike look, consider the Mandarin style. I'm gonna share some of the wordings here. What do you wear that does not cost 1 cent? Color. This is the subject on which I could write at least 4 complete newsletters with no effort whatsoever. Don't you dare skip this article to go on to one in which you pick up a needle and a thread. For sometimes I feel color is far more important than good stitching. It is the first thing people notice about you. Do pause and let this thought really get permanently lodged in your mind. Notice how enthusiastic she was when she talks. She's unstoppable. So anyway, I thought I would make a different kind of video, not just talking about people, me. I want to highlight who she was because I think people like her deserves to have a spotlight and a platform like this YouTube where she used to exist, and she used to be a fabulous influencer probably. And sure, I'm not doing her justice with how talented she was with the stuff that she sewn and the stuff that she advised on her newsletter and all that stuff. Anyway, thank you so much for watching.